We are discussing chemical properties of nonmetals. Electronic configuration plays important role in deciding whether the element exists as metal or nonmetal. Nonmetals have generally 4 to 7 electrons in their valence shells. Nitrogen, oxygen, chlorine, these are all nonmetals. Nitrogen has atomic number 7. Electronic configuration is 2, 5. 2 electrons are there in K shell and 5 electrons are present in M shell. 2, 5 is the electronic configuration of nitrogen. Oxygen has atomic number 8. 2 electrons are present in K shell and 6 electrons are there in L shell. Chlorine has atomic number 17 and electronic configuration of chlorine atom is 2, 8, 7. So non-metals, they contain 4 to 7 electrons in their valence shell. Non-metals, nitrogen, oxygen, chlorine, and their electronic configuration is shown in the table. You can write down in your science practical copy. Non-metals have tendency to accept electrons in their valence shell to form negatively charged ions called anions. Chlorine has electronic configuration 2, 8, 7. Chlorine atom accepts one electron and chloride ion is formed 2, 8, 8. And negatively charged ion is called as anion and positively charged ion is called as cation. Metals, they lose electron and they form cations, and anions are formed by acceptance of electron by non-metals. So got the difference? Metals form cations and non-metals, they form anions. Cations are positively charged ions and anions are negatively charged ions. Chlorine atom accepts one electron and chloride ion is formed. Oxygen atom accepts 2 electrons and oxide ion is formed. Nitrogen accepts 3 electrons and nitride ion is formed. So non-metals, they have tendency to accept electrons in their valence shell to form negatively charged ions, and negatively charged ions are called anions. Chlorine atom accepts one electron from sodium atom and chloride ion is formed. Oppositely charged ions, sodium plus 1 and chloride 1 minus, they react with each other. They combine with each other. They are held by ionic bond and sodium chloride, an ionic compound, will be formed. Non-metals combine with oxygen to form their oxides. Non-metal plus oxygen, non-metal oxides are formed. The oxides of non-metals are acidic in nature. They react with bases to form soluble salt and water. Here it is shown carbon reacts with oxygen to form carbon dioxide. So non-metals, they react with oxygen and oxides of non-metals are formed. Oxides of non-metal, they are acidic in nature. They react with base and salt and water is formed. CO2 reacts with sodium hydroxide and sodium carbonate. This is a salt, sodium carbonate, salt and H2O water. Salt and water are formed. CO2 plus twice NaOH gives you Na2CO3 plus H2O, sodium carbonate plus water. Oxides of non-metals react with water to form an acid. CO2 reacts with water to form carbonic acid, H2CO3. Sulfur dioxide reacts with water and sulfurous acid is formed, H2CO, H2SO3. H2SO3 is called sulfurous acid. Sulfur trioxide, SO3, reacts with water and H2SO4. Sulfuric acid is formed. So, whenever oxides of nonmetals react with water, acids are formed. Carbonic acid, H2CO3, sulfurous acid, H2SO3, and sulfuric acid, H2SO4. Non-metals do not react with dilute acids. Let us summarize whatever we have discussed. Metals react with oxygen to form metal oxides, which are basic in nature. Non-metals react with oxygen to produce non-metallic oxides, which are acidic in nature. The children, remember, metal oxides are metal oxides are basic in nature and non-metal oxides are acidic in nature. Is it clear to you? Metals react with oxygen and they form metal oxides, and metal oxides are basic in nature. Non-metals react with oxygen and non-metallic oxides are formed, and non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. Some metals react with water to form metal hydroxides and hydrogen gas is liberated, while non-metals do not react with water. Non-metals do not react with water. Metals react with acid and produce metal salts and hydrogen gas is formed. Generally, non-metals do not react with acid. When zinc granules, when acid is poured in a test tube containing zinc granules, metal salt, that is zinc chloride, will be formed and hydrogen gas is liberated in case of metals, but non-metals, they do not react with acids. Metals react with oxygen to form metal oxides, which are basic in nature. Non-metals react with oxygen to form non-metallic oxides, which are acidic in nature. We have discussed this point. Metals are hard, lustrous, and malleable in nature. Malleable means the property due to which substance can be hammered or rolled into thin sheet without cracking, and this property is called malleability. Metals are malleable. Metals can be hammered to form thin sheet. Metals are ductile, the property due to which substance can be drawn into thin wire. So this ductility property is exhibited by metals. Metals can be drawn into wire. Sonorous, metals are sonorous. They can form ringing sound. They produce sound when they are uh, metals produce ringing sound, and they produce sound on striking. Clear? They are good conductors of heat and electricity. Iron, copper, aluminium, calcium, magnesium, etc. are the examples of metals. Non-metals are soft, they have dull appearance, and they are non-malleable and non-ductile in nature. Non-metals are non-sonorous, non-malleable, and poor conductors of heat and electricity. Thank you.